guess so. Hey, my name's Kendallin, but I also go by Kenny. It's a nickname that I picked up in high school. I used to play varsity soccer, and these two upperclassmen, when I introduced myself, they said that Kendallin was too long of a name to yell across the soccer field, and out of nowhere, they just came up with Kenny. That's stuck, and I think it suits me, so I really like it. I use them interchangeably. I've started a blog, and we're starting YouTube just because I think this is an interesting thing that I'm doing, and other people might be curious about it, and um, it's unique. I have a goal. The goal is to run 100 miles continuously in one go. I'm hoping it's going to take me under 24 hours, but I really don't know. The only reason I'm focusing on that 24-hour thing is because in this particular race that I've signed up for, if you run it under 24 hours, you get an extra medal, and I love medals. Uh, but anyway, full disclosure, I do have some background in long distance running. I've been doing, marathons, half marathons, trail running. I've done 50Ks. I've done numerous races over the past 15 years now, and the furthest I have done is a 50 miler. So that's considered like a half marathon in the ultra running community, and I think that's why I signed up, was because it feels like I'm not finished. To backtrack a little, when I finished the 50 miler, it was the Georgia Jewel 50 in Dalton, Georgia. I ended up losing my right big toenail in that process. I had to run the last like 15 miles with like, it was gnarly. I'm not going to get in. Ugh. Anyway, when I finished, I remember telling my wife, Genevieve, that I would never ever run 100. But I guess a year has passed, and I guess I've changed my mind. So yeah, I've registered for the Yeti 100 endurance run. It's in Abington, Virginia. It runs through Damascus, Virginia, which is considered Trail Town, USA, because not only does the Appalachian Trail run through this small little town, but also the Virginia Creeper Trail. And this Yeti 100 race runs pretty much almost solely on the Virginia Creeper Trail. I have never been to this trail. I've never been to Damascus, so I'm pretty stoked. Added bonus is I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and so this race is only 2 hours away, which is a big deal, to not have to have a big travel commitment before or after. I'm getting ahead of myself. What this is this is kind of an extension of a blog I've started called The Long Run with Kenny, and I've been documenting just my training, my thoughts, my wins and loses, challenges, setbacks, how I'm feeling, like what do I eat during these things, what do I eat during my training runs, what's my clothing situation, what's my gear, do I wear, like, what kind of headphones, what kind of shoes. I think those things might be helpful, maybe they're not, and just in general what it's like to run for a long time in the woods with your thoughts alone. I am in no way professional. I have a regular job. I'm not addicted to running. Running isn't what defines me. It's just something that brings me joy. It brings me peace of mind. It helps my mental health. So why would I want to run 100 miles? It's a good question. I think I just like to challenge myself. I think I've always just found it to be satisfying to set a goal that's a really high goal and to achieve it. I like the process. I like planning. I like trying to figure out what needs to happen in order to achieve it. Learning new skills along the way. I did something similar in 2021. I signed up for a half Ironman, and I actually signed up for that without being able to actually swim a lap in the pool, and I hadn't been on a road bike in like years. I had never done a triathlon before. I ended up finishing that race healthy and successfully. The swim was not my best. Kind of just used the river to like let me float down, but I did it, and I think that's what I get out of it. I think I like to just surprise myself. I think I'm in general a very confident person. However, I think it's a good way for me to test myself and just see what I can do. I'm also really fortunate. I'm lucky. I'm healthy. I have the ability to run. I'm 37. I'm getting older. I can tell my knees are starting to hurt. After a day after a long run, it's harder for me to recover. I can tell my back hurts, my hips hurt. But I think that's even more motivation, is that I kind of want to do this while I'm able to. I also have the added bonus that, I live in an area where access to trails, beautiful trails, is really easy. And I'm really thankful that it's a short drive away for me to be able to run a 25-mile training run, and it's, never having to double back on a loop once. It's pretty incredible. So I think what I'm hoping to do is probably pop in occasionally and film a few things and just kind of talk about how my training's going, and maybe that might help somebody who's interested in maybe trying to do their first ultra, or even maybe someone who's just trying to do their first couch to 5K. I think what I want to get across here is that, doing difficult things makes you stronger, and I think it's important for everyone to challenge themselves, because I think you'd be surprised what you can achieve. I know I was shocked that I was able to run a 50 miler, and I'm, it's not even really, I don't really have much doubt that I'm going to be able to finish this 100. I know I will. I feel it. Or at least I'm going to make the best attempt possible. There's two phrases that what do you call them? Two sayings that I really, really love. And you're going to think both of these are cheesy. I don't even care. One of them is clear eyes, full hearts can't lose. And it's from Friday Night Lights, which was the teen football drama that it's over 10 years old by this point. But I think it's true. I think if you do anything and you do it with your clear eyes, meaning you do it with intent and focus and a full heart, which means, you're committed, then it doesn't matter what the outcome is, you can't lose. I really, really fully believe that sentiment. The other one is, the other one I use, which was not by choice. I don't really watch reality TV, but my wife does, and if it's on, of course I'm going to absorb it sometimes. She's a big fan of Paige DeSorbo. She's a reality star from Summer House, the Bravo show. Don't even get me started, but my wife listens to Paige's podcast, The Giggly Squad, and there's a phrase that Paige says sometimes, it's manifest that shit. And I think that's also true, is you have the power to make anything happen. So those are my two words of wisdom: Friday Night Lights quote and a Bravo reality star. For so far, what I've got going on right now, today is February 7th. It's my dad's birthday. I need to call him after this. But where I'm at right now is I'm actually training for the Asheville Marathon. It takes place on March 15th, so it's about less than a month away, or a little bit over a month away. This race is really important to me because not only have I done the half marathon race three times now, I've never done the full, and it of course runs through my backyard, right? Like, it runs through downtown Asheville, and then it runs around the Greenway, which is also extra important to me because due to Hurricane Helene, which came through Western North Carolina at the end of September and just absolutely destroyed our community. Ever since the hurricane, that section of the Greenway, I know I've heard it's runnable, but I've heard it's just sad, and I haven't had the heart to even drive over there, and it's been 5 months since the storm. So this race, according to the race map, is going to run along that Greenway. So I think this is just a really important race for our community and for me, and just I'm excited to do it. So where I am in my training right now is I'm using Hal Higdon's Intermediate 1 training plan, and I highly recommend, if you're looking for a 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, check out halhigdon.com. He's got tons of free training guides, and I've been using them for over 15 years. So I'm on my, I think week 12 out of 18, I think, something like that. I just completed an 18-miler road run last week, and this week I need to do a 20-miler. I'm feeling pretty comfortable about it. I alternate between trails and road, just because it's nice for my knees to take a break, and I love the scenery, but also I know I need to actually run on some pavement to prepare for the marathon in March. So that's kind of where I am with my training. Luckily, right when that marathon finishes, that starts the kickoff of my 100-mile training, which is I found a guide from Relentlessly Forward, is the website I found, and I'm using the plan that this woman named Heather Hart has come up with, and it looks a little intimidating. It's got quite a bit of mileage on there, but it's the same creator of a plan that I used for the 50-miler race, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. I like how it's structured, and I'm looking forward to doing it. But it just works out that the timing of finishing the marathon, and then I will then shift gears and focus on training for the 100 mile race, which is in September. So I've got many months till the race, but time flies, and yeah, I'm just hoping to hopefully share what I've learned, and maybe this will help somebody, motivate them to put some shoes on and get out there, because it's it's a pretty cool thing to be able to do, is to just go outside and run.